in the past, we restricted the participation of our learners to the prefect system. We restricted their participation to, when we are talking about prefects, yes, we engaged them, child protection committees, we engaged them in all those small committees, we engaged them, but never did we include them in the decision-making programs of the schools.
We're talking about child participation in school governance, part of school governance, such as in their involvement in major issues that affect them. That is mostly, we're saying they must be involved in all issues that pertain to their involvement.
For Sanyati, each grade is represented in the Child Advisory Board. So the major roles of the board are to go and interface with the rest of the children at the school, and then take all the concerns that are coming from the rest of the children to go and feed into the Child Protection Committee.
CABS, or the Child Advisory Body, is the voice of the voiceless. They represent all learners at the school.
Taitrainiwa pamwechete vana nevabereki vacho, taienda chitaurwa zvakaipira mwana zvinozokanganisa mwana upenyu hwake hwamangwana, kuti mwana anogona kuzotadza kuendera mberi nezikunze zvakati, uyezve ushamwari wakati unogona kuipisa kuti mwana atadze kuendera mberi nechikoro.
We realized that there was an increase as far as learner participation was concerned within our schools. Most of the schools confirmed that in their decision making they were now involving the learners.
Before the implementation of the project, our learners, they didn't have enough safety in their schools. There were no structures for protection of our learners. Hence, with the coming in of the project, we were able to intensify the CPCs, the Child Protection Committees. They were put in place. Our learners were put into the committees, including the community workers, that is the CCWs, the child care workers. They were part and parcel of the child protection structures in our schools.
It's like when we did some CAPS training to talk about child abuse cases, rights of the children and this. So after that, learners were able to identify their rights and their responsibilities.
And of importance was that the school advisory boards we aligned to the child-friendly school concept.
Previously, our learners were not involved in selection of the orphans and vulnerable, but the coming in of a cause, it gave power to the learners to the extent that our learners had a say in the way the orphans and vulnerable learners were selected to fit into the BEAM selection.